Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Trainer Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about the 9 pillars of health. We just want to make sure that you guys are focusing on different areas of your lifestyle to improve your health and ultimately live happier and kind of thrive throughout your life instead of just surviving throughout life, which is a big thing that we're going to talk about. So Bethany has a list of the 9 pillars of health. We're all going to go through and give a little bit of a tip or advice, something that we may do in our own lives to help you guys with these 9 areas.
Yeah, so the first one is sleep. It's really important. It helps your body recover through getting enough quality and quantity of sleep. So making sure you're getting 7 or 9 hours of sleep, optimizing your environment so you can get into the deep and REM stages. REM helps recover your mind, and the deep sleep helps recover your body and repair. So those are why sleep is really important.
Yeah, sleep is like the one factor of health and fitness that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough, or doesn't get applied enough maybe. Just sharing like a quick study I heard the other day was there was a group that was sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night and doing the exact same things as a group that was sleeping 5 to 6 hours a night, and they both lost weight, but the group that was sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night lost a substantial amount more body fat. So that can play a huge role in weight loss, fat loss, in your goals.
A couple quick examples of how to optimize your sleep include keeping your environment dark and cool, and having some sort of white noise. You don't want sudden random noises occurring in the background, and that stimulates brain activity, so that keeps you awake at night. But having like a low humming, like a fan, something like that, that's what I usually use in my room.
Yeah, and another study showed that like 1 night of bad or poor sleep is equivalent to eating poorly for 30 days, which I found extremely crazy to me. So you can imagine how poor sleep night over night can lead to poor health, also kind of taking you away from your goals. So you could be somebody that's working out every day, eating really good, but if you're not getting good sleep, you might just not be getting the results that you want. So just by focusing on that area, you could actually improve every other area of your life, essentially. So that's what we have on sleep, just a few things that you can do. Hopefully that helps. Next.
Yep. Next is hydration. Big thing with hydration, you want to function at your best. If you're eating good, you're exercising and everything, but if you're not hydrated, you're going to have more fatigue, you're going to get headaches, you're going to feel dizzy, you're going to have a higher, more rapid heart rate, you're not going to be able to recover as well or sleep as well. It really affects a lot of different things.
Yeah, one thing that I always like to tell people is we're made of what, 70% water, maybe a little bit more. And that's a substantial amount in the body, and not only is water going to help improve your joint function and your, like you said, tiredness and sleepiness, it's going to help improve I think every aspect of your life. You're going to be a more energetic, a more active person because you're drinking. And one of the biggest reasons is you're going to have to go to the bathroom 10 times more, so you're walking more steps already just going to the bathroom.
I think along with water intake, 2 things that might get overlooked easily are electrolyte balance and caffeine intake. So with caffeine intake, because normally we don't just naturally intake caffeine, it's a habit that we build. So if that's a habit that you have to accommodate for that by intaking more water and fluids.
So there is a point where you can kind of drink too much just plain water if you're not getting those electrolytes in, because you have to have that balance. So make sure that you're getting sodium, potassium into you as well as water, or else you actually will throw off that balance and you won't function as well. So it's not bad to have, for example, we use pink Himalayan salt or some real sea salt or something like that to help get some sodium. Obviously, good electrolyte drinks that aren't packed with sugar.
I was gonna say, you're not gonna say Gatorade, are you?
No, I won't. Yeah, I won't promote Gatorade or anything because I've never liked the way I felt when I drank it. I always prefer some kind of electrolyte powder to add to my water. I just feel like getting actual water without buying something like that helps me. But yeah, just staying hydrated. biggest tip that I would give you, first thing you want to do in the morning before, if you're a coffee drinker, for example, like Nathan said, like if you are kind of built that habit where the first thing you do every morning is you have that cup of coffee or maybe a couple of cups, you're not getting that hydration and you're still going to be slightly dehydrated throughout the day because you're not actually just drinking water, you're drinking coffee. So that caffeine will actually dehydrate you a little bit. So what I would recommend is set out a bottle of water or a shaker cup that's got 12 to 16 ounces of water in it and slam that water first thing when you wake up. That's going to get you hydrated. We actually wake up slightly dehydrated every single morning. That's why you're experiencing that brain fog and that kind of low energy. So by doing that, you're automatically going to help with that brain fog, get a little bit more energy and focus when you start your day, and then you can have your coffee if you need that caffeine for the focus. But make sure you're still getting in the water. Don't count those coffee or energy drinks as your water consumption. I would only count your bottles of water. Try to have about half your body weight in ounces as well as a good tip.
Yeah, that kind of leads into the next one, which is minerals, like vitamins and minerals. They're necessary in all of our bodily functions. Like there's, not to go into the science of it, but there's different pathways of sodium, potassium, calcium, all of the different like nutrients that we need to get daily through our food or through supplements. That's going to help our bodies perform the best. So, I mean, you can just focus on your diet, getting a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, and like making sure you're getting enough of everything, but adding in a supplement like just a general multivitamin, or getting an extra like vitamin D or some other like supplement that you can add in on top of it, just to be sure that you're getting enough, so that way your body can function at its best.
Yeah, whole foods are going to be your go-to for getting the most vitamins and minerals. Processed foods tend to not have very many, if any at all. So definitely trying to eat as many fruits, veggies, good meats that you can to get these vitamins and minerals. It's never a bad idea too to go get like a test done to see if you're deficient in any area instead of just kind of guessing what you might be deficient in, and then you can kind of do a supplement regimen based off that.
So my biggest recommendation would just be try to start with whole foods. Try to get 3 to 4 servings of fruits and veggies every day. Try to get nuts and seeds and lean meats and stuff like that. Like shop the produce section, not just in between the aisles and getting stuff that's packed with preservatives and that's highly processed. Because through that processing, or through the process of making the food, it's going to strip its vitamins and minerals and nutrients out of it. So for example, if you had apple juice, applesauce, and an apple, the apple juice is going to have the highest concentration of sugar and the least nutrient value because it's taking all those vitamins and minerals and fiber from the apple. The applesauce might have a little bit more fiber and vitamins and minerals, but it's still pretty highly processed. It's still going to have some added sugars in there. And then obviously your apple is going to be your most nutrient dense. The peel is on it, so you're going to get your fiber from it. So that's just one example of how processed foods are going to be a lot less healthy for us, and we're not going to get those vitamins and minerals from it. So try to just have the actual whole food if you can. If not, you could do like a green supplement powder or a multivitamin of some sort.
Yeah. Next one is nutrition. So kind of like overshooting everything is quantity and quality. Those are the 2 big things to kind of focus on if you are looking at it. I'd say quantity is probably just a little bit more of an emphasis of quality. Like, I mean, they're both very equal. But even if you're eating too much, say of your broccoli, you're eating 5,000 calories of it, you're still overeating, so you're still going to gain weight and gain fat. Even though it's healthy food, like you're still going to gain weight. But if you're only eating 300 calories a day of Twinkies, that's still not going to be good for your health because one, you're not eating enough and you're not going to be able to live very long on that amount of calories, let alone function. And so even though the quality differences are there, like they're both unhealthy. So you want to focus on quality of the food and the quantity of it, making sure you're getting enough food, not just eating, a very limited amount, because we need calories. Like calories are our energy. We need the nutrients, like you said, with minerals, like we need to get enough. Otherwise, it'll like keep eating the junk food or something like that.
Yeah, nutrition's probably up there. I would say sleep. Like you have these in no certain order for the 9 pillars of fitness, but I would say nutrition's probably up in the top 3 for fitness and health. It's so important to know what you're consuming, how much you're consuming. This is why I have a lot of clients track, and even if they're not tracking, then trying to at least be mindful of how much they're eating portion-wise, like something along those lines. Bethany kind of talked about the quantity and quality of things. It's very important. 1,000 calories of chicken and broccoli and rice is going to be probably much better for you than 1,000 calories of pizza rolls. And it just is. It's how our bodies are meant to eat. We were meant to eat whole foods, and kind of through the whole process of having so many people on Earth that we've had to make and divvy up foods and make different things out of it. It's like we're kind of getting away from the whole foods. It's scary in my opinion, because I see how much eating better has impacted my mental health as well as my physical health. It's been that key that unlocked a ton of doors for me. So just trying to keep refining, keep getting a little bit better with nutrition. No one's going to be perfect right away. It's why I don't really care for like any one type of certain diet. I say, look at your diet, look what you could do better, and then try to keep refining it over the years and adding new things in.
And just to kind of cap off the nutrition without getting too far in depth, like if you just want a general overview of kind of what to do, obviously the quantity is just slightly more important than the quality. So to give you an example, if your body requires 2,000 calories a day to maintain its function and have good energy, you could get that 2,000 calories off eating pizza rolls, but you're not going to get the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that you need to operate how you should at 100%. So getting those 2,000 calories from whole foods like lean meats and vegetables and fruits and starch and carbs, it's going to help you get all those nutrients that you need to have your body run properly. So I like to compare the body to your vehicle, making sure you're putting good fuel in there. If you could go to the gas station right now, and this could be a hot topic right now because gas prices are so high, but let's just say, for example, what if you could go to the gas station and then there's just a certain gas that was a slightly more expensive than the current gas? Let's say it's $5 a gallon instead of $4 a gallon, but you got double the mileage and it was safer in your vehicle. So by doing so, I like to compare like junk food compared to healthy food. It might cost a little bit more to eat healthy, but I'm going to be way more energetic, way more productive throughout the day. I'm going to get a lot more done. I'm going to feel better mentally and physically. So I will pay the little extra amount for healthy food in order to gain productivity, energy, and be healthy. So hopefully that makes sense. I like to compare those things because a lot of people can relate to it. If you paid $5 a gallon instead of $4 for fuel that doubled your gas mileage, everybody in the world would do it. So for us, it's very hard to comprehend why people don't eat healthy. So that's hopefully like a good analogy to try to kind of get you to spark to eat a little bit healthier, because you're going to feel way better, you're going to be way more productive, have a lot more energy, and it's just way better for your health overall in the long term.
Yeah, and getting enough food is also important for fueling your activity in the day, including exercise. So if you're not eating enough but you're over-exercising, then that's not good. That's actually not healthy for your body. It's going to do damage to your hormones, you're going to probably lead to an injury, and then you're going to have to take time off, and then you're going to have to get back onto it, and then you're going to want to go hard again, and then you're going to overtrain. It's just a negative cycle. And you want to get enough exercise in so that way you're getting your cardiovascular and you're building lean muscle, all those things that you want to do. Get strong bones from resistance training, a couple times a week, and adding in the cardio or making sure you're getting enough steps throughout the day, just moving throughout the day instead of sitting for 7 hours at a desk job. That can be a really big one, just to get that circulating blood throughout your body. That's also a really good health tip, just keep moving throughout the day. And then making sure to not overtrain, unless it's a special circumstance, you have a goal, getting better at CrossFit or something, where you're gonna push it, you're gonna probably do more than you should, but it's for a specific goal where it might not be the greatest for your health, like stress levels and the amount of sleep that you're getting. But if it's a short-term goal, then it's okay to kind of change things for that.
Yeah, exercise is super important. This is why we're all here together today. I would say, I think the recommendation right now is like 150 minutes of exercise a week for most average adults. So that's a good recommendation. It's like 5 30-minute workouts. I think most people tend to get the cardio side in. So I try to have a lot of my clients focus on the resistance training, the strength training, trying to just get them stronger. Kind of Bethany touched on it, helping with the bone density. Your muscle mass is super important, especially as you age. It's just overall going to help protect you as you age, and it's going to make everyday tasks seem a lot easier when you're doing exercise. Like people that have to lift a lot at work, you might not feel like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym because I do that, like I work out pretty much all day doing something. But what if you came to the gym for 30 to 60 minutes a day, and that improved your time at work? It made it easier. Like that's one of the biggest things. Not only is exercise is hard, but it makes life a lot easier, in my opinion.
Another one that gets overlooked, I think, like I also had written down like cardio and resistance training, but people don't think as much about flexibility, which is just your simple ability to move throughout a certain range of motion. And if you can improve your range of motion, you improve normal daily function, like any sort of physical activity whatsoever. Flexibility applies to our CrossFit training all the time. Like, if I don't have good shoulder flexibility, then my front rack position for front squats or cleans would be very poor. So that's just one way to apply that.
Yeah, so you basically just want to be more mobile, be able to do what life demands. That's why we exercise, essentially, is throughout your life you're going to experience a little bit of what's called decrepitude, so every single year. If you didn't do anything, you would slowly get weaker and weaker, you'd lose muscle, you'd lose bone mass, you'd lose energy, your hair turns gray, your skin gets, less tight, I guess, more saggy. So we slowly get weaker as we age. So exercise basically gives us the ability to live and do what life demands on a daily basis. Like being able to stand up off the couch, get out of your car, stand up in the toilet, like we do air squats, for example, every day. So you want to make sure you're exercising for the cardiovascular benefit, to be able to move and have energy that way, just to be able to do what life demands, whether it's playing with your kids or your job, whatever it is. The moment that you can no longer do it is the moment that you're going to need assistance or help. So, broad recommendation is just to do some form of resistance training 2 to 3 days a week. Try to move your body every day if you can. Austin said, 150 minutes. So whether you did 5 workouts for 30 minutes, or maybe you just did like 20 minutes every day for a walk or something like that. But make sure you're challenging your body with some resistance. I would rather kind of put my body through 1 hour of strenuous work and kind of beat myself up in order to live the next 23 hours at better quality than everybody else. It's kind of a good way to put it. So by exercising and putting your body through that kind of intense or strenuous time, you're improving its function for the remainder of your day, and you're doing that every single day. So that's just kind of a basic way to do it. Getting outside leads us to our next topic, which is sunlight.
Yeah, so the sixth one is sunlight. A lot of people don't really think about it as being something really important, but especially for us in wintertime in Michigan, it's very cloudy. We don't really see the sun much. But when you look outside and it's a sunny day, like even if it's cold, you just feel better. And a lot of that can come down to just like vitamin D levels, and there are certain photoreceptors in our eyes where it's beneficial for us to see the sun early in the morning, or get sunlight on our skin to help improve our cortisol balance and different hormone and neuroreceptor functions.
Sets that circadian rhythm too.
Yes, that too. So getting sunlight in the first few hours of the day when it's up, and then getting it in the evening is actually really good for regulating wake and sleep times. I wake up and it's dark, so I really don't get to see that too much, but it's really good to at least try a couple days a week to see the sun before 10 a.m. It's a good recommendation of get some sun on your skin before then, even if it's just 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, sunlight is super, super important. You touched on it, like the vitamin D in our bodies, like that can come very naturally from the sun. It's funny because we finally had a decently nice spring day. We usually don't get, spring here is a myth, I think. I don't know if it's real because it's like once in a while we get a hint of it. But yesterday was a beautiful spring day. It's like 60 and sunny here. There was barely any clouds, and I had mentioned to my girlfriend, I'm like, it's funny how this big ball of fire in the sky makes me feel so much better. It's like, it seems so unreal, like that, how much it can improve your mood, but it's true. Like it can help everything around you, your mood, the way you function, everything. I love sunlight. I love getting outside. It's one of the reasons I walk outside every day, is to try and help get some more sunlight, whether it's on my face or in my eyes, on my skin.
I like the point that you both made in regards to sleep habits, because I think you wake up more naturally to actual sunlight. So people like that, who don't get to see the sunlight in the morning, there's actually a way you can, it's like you can program these LEDs that emit this warm, radiant light. So I actually have them set up in an area of my room, and I can schedule them with like the Wi-Fi. I can schedule them on a clock, and they'll turn on when my alarm goes off, and that way there's something like waking me up other than this annoying sound of a timer going off in my ear. But that's just a more artificial, but still almost natural seeming way for me to get my sunlight in the morning.
Yeah, so by getting sunlight, you're actually improving your sleep. Plus, you're getting more vitamin D, which fits into that vitamin and mineral category. I think we kind of touched on both. The next topic is nature. So I think getting outside and getting sunlight kind of go hand in hand. They're just going to help with your stress levels. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to get that boost of energy. It just makes you feel a whole lot better. So we'll move on to our next one, which is mindset.
Yeah. One quick tip before we move on.
Okay.
You can actually buy an alarm clock that wakes you up with sunlight. That's what you said. But like I have one, and like I have it wake me up with the sound of birds. Like it gradually gets brighter, and it brightens up the whole room. So that way, like 30 minutes or 20 minutes later, you can set it, and then it'll go off, and then you like wake up a little bit more naturally. Like it kind of brings you out of like a deep phase of sleep and into light. So that way you wake up and you're just like, okay, the day is here. It's time to get up, and then you go on with your day. Some days it's easier than others, but that's for another time. So next one, mindset. So it's actually really crazy how having a different mindset can affect your body and its functions. If you have a negative mindset, it can actually affect your body through like your food absorption. If you're stressed out, your body doesn't actually absorb all the nutrients of your food while you're eating it. And if you're eating it mindlessly, you're also not going to have the best like digestive process, because everyone says like rest and digest, or there's like the fight or flight. Fight or flight is like the stress, stress hormones are high, and then the rest and digest. If you're in that like stressful situation, you're at work and you're focused on something else that's causing stress, you're not able to get into the rest and digest portion, so you're not able to actually get all the nutrients out of your food. So that's where like having the mindset of being able to like calm down and not stress about certain things is actually going to lead to having better health and getting more nutrients from the quality food that you're eating.
Yeah, the mindset plays a big role in a bunch of different aspects. I feel like, I know we've touched on it before, but like positive self-talk and that type of mindset is huge for your journey fitness-wise. It's just going to improve everything, honestly. If you're telling yourself, I can't, or I'm not this, I'm not that, like that's what's gonna be the outcome. If you tell yourself you can, and you're gonna do this, like that's gonna be the outcome. You have to kind of realize that. I think a lot of people take that for granted. They use a lot of humor on themselves that takes away from themselves and how good of a person they are. It's like, if I have a client say something like I'm fat, like something along those lines, and then I'll say to them, you're here in the gym though, like that's the right mindset to have. You're here in the gym, you're a healthy person, instead of saying the opposite. And that's going to come true. You're going to be a healthier person because you think it.
Yeah.
along with just like the positive self-talk, like just general positivity is so impacting on your well-being and your lifestyle. I think positivity is one of, but not the sole driver of motivation. Like if something has your spirits up, then you feel more motivated to get things done. But I also think that like negative stressors in your life can be used as fuel to motivate you to get to do better. Like if I was a kickboxer and I have like just something in the back of my mind that's bothering me, like sometimes I can use that as fuel to get me through a workout. Just emotional drivers, I guess. And if you're motivated, then you're dedicated. I think that's a good way to. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I honestly think you have to have a growth mindset or a positive mindset, especially when it comes to the points where we're talking about nutrition and exercise. If you have a poor mindset, like Austin said, like you're telling yourself, oh, I can't eat healthy, or I can't do this or that because I'm too overweight or too out of shape or too fat, you're never going to actually achieve the results that you want because you're constantly reminding or telling yourself that you can't do it. So just try to change your mindset. We like to say just add the word yet at the end of every sentence. So you're not fit yet, or you're not healthy yet, or you can't do a pull-up yet, or something like that. That it just kind of paints a picture for you. It motivates you. It's going to help you achieve the results that you're looking for. I like to look at every obstacle in my life as an opportunity to grow, and every failure in my life as a lesson learned. Because the next time I go to do it, I will have a better mindset going into it, and I'll know what to do and what not to do. So.
And then the ninth pillar is community, which a lot of people wouldn't think of that as a part of health, but it's actually one of the most important parts because your environment, your community can be negative or positive. So if you're surrounded by people who live a very unhealthy lifestyle versus, you come to the gym and you're around our Fit Fam, which is our community here, that's a very positive lifestyle, and it makes you want to, uphold those kind of things that you identify with that group of everyone's talking about their nutrition, and you're like, oh, I haven't really focused on that. So then you start to become more focused on your nutrition, different things like that. But it's also for our social and mental health, just to have those people, a supportive community around us of humans need other people. We're very social creatures. So you want to be able to have someone else there with you to share in the highs and the lows. And kind of a point we made earlier was you don't have to have others. You don't have to have all these 9 pillars of health to survive. You can survive without all of them, but in order to thrive, you need the community. You need all these other pillars of health to really reach your full potential and feel 100% your best.
Yeah, the community aspect, I think we touched about that in the CrossFit episode a little bit, and how important it can be to have people around you that are supportive and even in hard times, they're there for you and you can be there for them. That's something relating personally, it's been super, super impactful on my mental health also. It's just getting into the gym, creating friendships and just a good community overall with the groups I'm with and the people I'm seeing every day. It's really, really insane, honestly, how much that helps. I always thought of myself kind of as an introvert, and I still have those tendencies once in a while, but to have people around me that value my time and I value theirs is super, super fun, honestly. It's great to create relationships.
For me, developing kind of this community here is my whole life. It's probably the best part of my life. I'm extremely grateful for it, my family, and I wouldn't be doing it if nobody else did it. So, if I was the only person here, I wouldn't be doing this video, for example. So, by building up the community, spending time with people, that makes me a better person, and I'm able to live a healthier and happier lifestyle. It's motivating to me. So, try to surround yourself with people that are like-minded and have similar goals or want to go in a similar direction as you in your life. I truly think that you're kind of a combination of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you're hanging out with people that are negative to your health or a negative influence, you're not going to reach your full potential or be who you want to become. So seek out more people that are more surround yourself with people that are striving toward the same things. That would be my number one recommendation. At the end of the day, we're social creatures. We want to be with other people and socialize. So I think surrounding yourself with people such as we build in this fit family is one of the best things that you can do. So just to kind of cap it off and end, if you want to start a journey, if you are looking to improve your health and fitness, but you're not sure where to start, just start by stopping in or finding a friend to do something with you and get that kick-started, and just keep progressing from there and try to practice improving all 9 of these areas of the pillars of health that we talked about. And I think you'll notice that your health, your mood, your happiness, your energy, all that will start to improve, and then it'll escalate from there. You'll end up inspiring people around you, and then they will be following you, and you'll kind of create your own little community that way. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, stay healthy. See ya.